this is a very cool tool, and it's something that you are going to probably see a lot of benefit immediately. And one thing that I want to stress before we start the demo is that it is so easy to install. You can have it up. It's a single file installed, place it in a particular directory, and you're up and running. So TitaniumGP has 5 different tools. These tools are copy-paste, text to Excel, elastic windows, the menu code search, and the next ID. So I'm going to go really fast and go into the copy-paste functionality. And as you know, this is my regular GP window. I will go and I'm going to go into the transaction entry window to enter a journal entry. What I'm doing here is entering the header information of this journal entry. Now at this point, this is where I need to start typing the lines of the journal entry. Here, by entering the header, I have identified that the period is open, the currency that I would like to use. So the steps to do the copy paste are as follows. Bring the Excel, select the range that you would like to do, copy, go back into the window that you would like to paste, and paste the line. This, we have done a lot of testing. We have a journal entry of up to 4,000 lines. It takes about 10 seconds to do that, so it is extremely fast. On the journal entry, on the Excel file, you will notice that it also includes the header. This means that it doesn't matter if you place this on a different location, in a different order in order to paste it, because TitaniumGP will read the header to understand what to do with that. Let's say that you don't remember the headers that you would like to use, and I don't, at this point I don't have a copy information, so I'll take it out. You see, I'm going to journal entry, and I would like to save that, and I would like to paste again, and I'm going to get a message indicating that because I don't have anything on the clipboard, do I like to paste a template or copy a template into the clipboard? So if I go say yes, go back into my Excel, create a template, and I can start typing my journal entry. So there's no need to have a shared drive with your template for all the transactions that you need to. But that's just one part of the copy paste. We claim that we can do copy and we can do paste. So this is just another journal entry. In order to select all the information from this journal entry, I'm going to use the functionality that we call copy in grid view or Control G. So in this case, I'm going to press Control G. Now I have the ability to select all the information that I want for all of it, then go back again into my Excel file, for example, and paste it. So I'm able to go and transfer between the window and Excel back into the window as needed. I have the ability to and Judd, you can share at a later point the modules that we work with, so we can do sales orders, and we have added several recently, sales orders, inventory transfers.
Everybody on this call will get a spreadsheet which delineates which modules can be used with which cards in GP.
Perfect. So, and this is what you're referring to, yeah. So this is copying the information into the journal entry. But we also have the ability to copy information into, for example, let me go into cards financial accounts, and I'm going to paste also accounts. What I'm going to do is go into my Excel file once again. I'm going to select this range of information that I took out of a smart list, and I can go and paste them directly into here, the column category that I didn't put correctly. But I have the ability to not just paste transactions, lines of transactions, but also header information, for example, price list. So I'm able to go and grab the information from the price list and then go into cards inventory price list and then paste them right there. This will give me the opportunity to indicate that these prices have been changed. So if I go and I check the 100 XLG, I will notice that my price is $30 and $300 for the retail, which is the one that I added. So if I go and say I want to change these to Canadian dollars, I can do the same, and I have the, let me just do here something different. So select the range, and then go back here and paste the line. I get indicated that they were pasted. So now I have my Canadian dollars retail information as I paste it.
And Miguel, you can do this with a whole price list, where you can export a whole price list out of GP, all my products out of GP, and then reconfigure them in Excel, and then import them back into GP.
That is correct. That's a great point. So if I use this same one, let's go back. I'm not going to paste it, but if I have this information already here in the system, actually by changing the price, I'm going to update that price, that record. So it's not just adding new ones, but I will also update the ones that I already have.
Okay.
All right. So that's in the copy paste. In order to speed up the process, I'm going to move into the elastic portion. The elastic portion is the ability to modify or increase the functionality of this window or the windows in GP. Adding more fields requires some work. There's something called modifier or DB or visual center, and there's several ways to add it. What we do differently is that we have the ability to, in the same window, with very simple process, increase the ability to add fields or just views, so I can bring data not just from GP but from other systems as well. So I'm going to press Control-E, which is the one that turns on Elastic, and you can see that I have several tabs in here. So I start scrolling, and I'm going to have the ability to add text fields, checkboxes, numeric fields, even pictures. And I have the ability to not just add fields, but I also have the ability to bring views that probably in this case is doing some business rules validation. So, you know, you enter several items, you forgot to put the price list. For that particular item, suddenly customer service cannot enter a new item into the order until the price gets loaded. Here, the person who is entering the item will validate that they need to have the base price, the Canadian price, retail, the vendor, whatever rules that you define that you need to put. This is a SQL view that has an icon that indicates if there's a problem with this item, please mark it in red so the user has the ability. This is in an effort to have better data in the system and run the operation more smoothly. Now, you can also have tabs that allows you to link to other entities in GP, like in this case is going to customers. You can have views that in this case is indicating the quantity available, the month sales of inventory. But one thing that we have found that some users find interesting is the ability to bring Unicode into GP. You do not have the ability, so let me copy this information here. I'm going to try to paste it at the end. GP does not allow you to enter Unicode because it's 16, whatever they use as the character. But here you have the ability to create a different Unicode and languages. This means that with a simple, I'm not going to say simple, but with a report, you can bring this description instead of this description if your customer is in Japan, for example. So you have the ability to manage different languages and without worrying about the limitation of GP. I'm going to save that record. Then I'm going to go into the customer card. You notice that it automatically opened the Elastic. So you can turn on that feature that allows you to automatically load the windows by saying automatically load. And you can change the size of how do you want the Elastic to turn on or not. So in this case, I'm going to go into this customer, and you see that I have the ability to even attach documents. So if I go and double click, for example, this document, it will open Adobe, and you will see that I have my W9 go right there in the record. Or if I have a Word document, I have the credit application. Not intended to replace any document management system, but for some users, it's great to say have those documents right in the customer card. And why not have the logo included in here? As you see, I have the ability to bring another tab. Like in this case, I'm going to go into the last customer, and it's saying that please verify the credit limit when updating. In this case, the credit limit has been passed, so I turn on automatically the rest. So that's configurable by your partner or yourself, depending on this is all plain SQL. We have some plugins to go and validate addresses in case you wanted to bring that functionality. It shows you by Melissa that as getting this address, and then you just go and click it, and you can replace it if you want to. But great functionality to assist you in cleaning your data as much as possible. One thing on Elastic that gives us the opportunity to do, I'm going to go in transactions, purchasing, transaction entry. So this is my regular payable transaction, and I can start entering the information here. So let's say that, why not, new transaction, the batch ID will be that, my vendor will be, and I start entering all the information, including, why not, the document number. And then this invoice will be for $1,500. But and once again, it's not a document replacement, but let's turn on Elastic. And you have the ability on creating one of your fields, and I'm going to show that for those who speak SQL, this is just an Elastic table. It's just a definition of a SQL table that it's saying that this, because it's an image, you're going to be able to upload images. But in this case, I have the ability to scan. So I'm going to click the scanner, and I have a very small Epson scanner connected here to my laptop. I'm scanning, transferring the data. I know you cannot see it, but the scanner is moving. The invoice is being loaded to the scanner. And now I have here my invoice. I can see it here that I just loaded, or I can expand it, and I can stretch it, and I can see the invoice that I just scanned directly into the tables. So for the accounting department, having the ability to see the invoice exactly as it was entered into the system, this is a great tool. It gives you the opportunity to eventually go back and have evidence of that transaction. For some, one of the beauties of this feature is that everything is contained in the database. This is an image field, as I explained it earlier, which means that when you do a backup of your database, the invoice goes right there, including like the W-9 that we showed. Those are information that gets stored right in the database, and we have the opportunity with one single backup have all the information stored there. So once again, you have the ability to create your own tabs. We provide you with a designer that allows you to attach tables. You can create with icons if you want, and then name of tab, and you have the ability to start entering your descriptions. It's a pretty cool tool to assist you in creating these tabs and automatically attach them to the window that you want. And you can have one or several. You also have the ability to disconnect it or connect it back if you need it. So that's what Elastic does. Gives you the opportunity to bring and connect to other systems if you need to be pictures, etc.
And Miguel, you can drive data from other systems into the Elastic, is that correct?
Since Elastic gives you the opportunity to add tables and views, if that view can read the information from another system, the answer is yes. Views in SQL, you can even read Excel files, you can read web services, so you can definitely connect it to other systems, to your e-commerce, for example, etc.
Okay, wonderful.
All right, so I'm going to go into journal entry. So I'm going to go in transactions, financial, general. And I'm going to bring one of my entries, I think is, so this is just a simple journal entry, but as you can see, it comes from this batch. So I'm going to, you have the ability here to save it. I'm going to save it, but I'm going to save it to Excel. So TitaniumGP is grabbing all the information from your journal entry, and in case I already number 2. And here it brings me the journal entry. You can add the logo if you want, but here's the information on the bash and all the header information. Look at this. This journal entry was originated out of an invoice, so it's bringing the invoice number that's generated and the master ID, which means in this case is the customer. If it was a payable, it will be the vendor. So we'll give you the information regarding that document that generated this journal entry. And if this journal entry is, the currency is different from the originating currency, TitaniumGP will automatically add the originating currency information, so you will see this that is actually in Australian dollars and the exchange rate that was used in order to enter that information. So it gives you the ability, TitaniumGP, to save to Excel, and here's the list of all the opportunities that we give you to save your documents, not just to Great Plains database, but you can also save them to Excel and route them for approval, etc. We have on the customers, and let me make sure, I'm going to turn off, disconnect the Elastic so it doesn't make noise. So here, I want to add a new customer. And in GP, you would go into Smart List, and then you try to figure out what it will be the next customer ID, especially if you're using the name to be one of those. So if I go here and I say, based on customer name, the first 4 characters and the 4 digits, I can go and type Miguel, generate the ID, and it tries to find out exactly which one is the next one. This is a good tool to maintain consistency in your IDs, and it works with vendors and items, etc. So you just insert it and brings here, and you have the ability to continue adding. This little window has been here for a while on top, so let's go and take care of what is that. It's search. It's like web search, but brought into GP. So if I want to bring the customer card, I will go card, sales, customer. So the first letter of each is CSC. So I can go and type CSC and enter, and I have the customer card automatically. You see how it automatically turned on the Elastic portion. Or transactions, financial, general. I put capital transactions, financial, general. Or why not? Card, inventory item. So instead of going to the menu and try to locate it or going through here, if you have this window, you can bring those windows directly by typing a little code that I think is eventually you could learn by remembering the names. But also gives you the opportunity, so if I derive phone, let me put it a little bit on top. Not the word phone. It's going to go and look for phone in the financial module and the sales module. So this one is bringing CSC. So there's a customer that has the word phone in this name, or there's this vendor. Let me go right here and see. This vendor has the word phone. So if I click enter, it brings me the customer, or I'm sorry, the vendor that has the part of name has the word phone. But I also can go and say 3401, and it will bring me the journal entry. So it will bring me, I'll open it automatically for me. Or if I know the invoice number, I can go and say, bring me the invoice number, because the record has been deleted. If I go and type invoice, you will see that this one is bringing CFGs, which is a journal entry. That means that this is a journal entry that has not been posted but originated from invoice 2003, so it's bringing that information. So if I generate that and put it into Excel, you will see the currency and all that stuff that we talk about. In addition, I can bring POs, and one of the things that I like of search is that we provide a core search engine, but you can go and add additional entities if you want to. So, and we have several samples that we can provide. So if you have modules that are not the default implementation, like an analytical accounting, you can bring those search entities into the search as long as they are indexed, and it brings you the information to search. So search is not just out of the box; it gives you the opportunity to enhance it by customizing it. Once again, TitaniumGP is extremely easy to install, single file. You have designers, you have FMT that can distribute the Elastic. The implementation, the installation, the training, the additional tabs, and they are very well, they use it internally, so they know what we're talking about. And with this, well, I want to thank you very much, and I want to pass this to Jeff.
Well, let's go ahead and open up and see if we've got any questions over here on the right-hand side.